Hello students, hope all are fine and safe. Children, today in this session we will discuss the topic tense. But before that, we have to know about verbs which you already know. But in Monday's class, many children had doubts on verbs. So today in this session we will discuss briefly about verbs and then we will move on to our topic, that is tense. So let us begin without much delay. We will discuss about what are verbs, examples of verbs, types of verbs, examples, tense, examples of tense and types of tenses. So children, first of all we need to discuss what is verbs. We need to know what is verb, then example of verbs and tenses with example. So let us start. So here, what is verb? As you all told me that verb is an action word. Not only an action word, but it is also the state of being. The verb is the action word in the sentence. As you can see here, jumping girl, the baby sleeps, the man eats. It is showing action. And like run, sing, or a word like am, is, or are, that links the subject to a description, that is also a verb. So here you can see the definition: a word that tells what someone or something does, an action word or word of being. So here you can see the examples. Now we'll move on to the next slide, that is types of verbs. What are the types of verbs? Here first of all, in our online class, I explained to you about what is principal verb. I gave 2 examples and I also told you the types of verbs. I wrote everything on the board and you have copied in your notebook, but still some children were having few doubts. Time and again they were asking me, ma'am, what is auxiliary verb, that they have forgotten, what is regular verbs, and they were also asking me like what are gerunds and what are infinite verbs. So today a detailed explanation on types of verbs with examples. So first of all, what is principal verb? When a verb expresses its meaning without the help of any other verb, it is called as principal verb. So here you can see a few examples. Now let us find out in our next slide more about principal verb. As I told you that principal verb are forms that it helps express the time and action, that is the action word. There are 4 principal parts, that is the present participle, past and past participle. So what are the principal parts of the verbs, children? Here you can see that climb or climbs, it will be changed as climbing. They were climbing or they climbed, and carries will change to carrying. And here you can see few more examples, that is look will change to looking, looked, and in the past participle it will be looked or danced. So this is principal verb, and we have also understood this in our online class. Now in our next slide we will understand what are transitive and transitive verbs. So transitive and intransitive verbs. So I told you in the online class, transitive verbs have definite object and you can identify them, that this sentence is having an object. So how is that done? Rose is painting the kitchen wall. So painting is already the verb, and here kitchen walls, see, it is having an object. The same sentence if you are going to see in intransitive verb, it is not having a specific object. So Rose is painting right now. So whether she is painting the kitchen walls or whether she is painting in a paper, that is not mentioned here. So Rose is painting right now. So also shows action, but here and there is no specific object on which the action is being done. So this is the transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. So just have a look here on the modal verbs. I will explain to you regarding that. Before that, children, here again one more slide related to transitive verb and intransitive verb for the students who have not understood and who were asking me in the online class. I have given you example and definition. You have also copied in your online class. Here a transitive verb exerts its action on a direct object to express the complete thought. Here you can see, I bake some cookies, I laugh. So there is no object here. I bake some cookies, so cookies is an object, so bake is a verb, it is showing the action. And what is the object here? You can see cookies, bicycle, chair, I move the chair. Move is a verb, it is showing action. And chair is the object here. And here there is no object at all. Here you can see the transitive and the direct object with the help of a sentence. She played the piano. So what did she play? She played a piano. So this piano is a direct object. Here what is a transitive verb? Played is a transitive verb. Here you can see another example with the sentence, the crowd cheered the batter. So transitive and intransitive, see the difference. People cheered widely, that is a intransitive verb. And here transitive verb, raise is a transitive verb. How? Raise your hand if you know the answer, that is you need to raise your hand. So what is the object here? Raise is the object. Your hand is the object of the transitive verb raise. So raise your hand if you know the answer. So raise is a transitive verb, a verb used with the direct object. So which is the direct object here? The hand is the object of the transitive verb here in the sentence. Now as I told you in the previous slide, have a look at modal verbs. Look at the modal verbs, children. All these are the modal verbs. So when we can use the modal verb, what is its usage? General or specific ability, or you can use it in the past or in the present. See the example, Richard can speak French fluently. Max was able to swim. Can speak, was able to. So these are the modal verbs. Now what are auxiliary verbs? So you can say auxiliary verbs are the helping verbs. So they help the main verb to describe the action. That action happened in the past or happening in the present, that is the tense. In the past tense or in the present tense, or it is going to happen in the future tense. So you are using the auxiliary verbs. It is helping the main verb. For example, you can see here the list of auxiliary verbs. He has done the work. We will be there in a minute. So which is the auxiliary verbs like be, can, could, do, have, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would. So this is the examples of auxiliary verbs. So I told you auxiliary verbs are verbs which are helping the main verb. What is finite and infinite verb? So here the finite verb shows the limited, the verb is limited by number, person and gender of the subject. See the example here. Neha writes letters, they write letters, we have written letters. But non-finite, the verb does not show time or a verb, and it is not limited by number and person, and the tense of the subject is known as a non-finite verb. Raman tries to sing, we try to sing, they try to sing, or they are trying to sing. Just see this finite verbs when we are supposed to use, and non-finite verbs, what is the difference in the second image. So the finite verbs act as a verb, and they act as the main verb of the sentence or the clause. They indicate the person, number and the tense. It is used in the present and the past tense and can appear independent clause as well as dependent clause and independent clause, but non-finite is nothing but the opposite of the finite verbs. You might have heard finite, infinite numbers in your maths class, but see the difference here, children. Here it's nothing but indicate person, number and tense, that is the finite verb, and infinite verb do not indicate person, number and the tense. So you can see here one example. She was waiting in the room before he came in. She tiptoed round the house so as not to wake anyone. So not to wake anyone. So here you can see the examples, 6 examples of finite verbs and 6 examples of non-finite verbs. Next, some students were asking me, ma'am, what are gerunds? Gerunds are nothing but it is like acting as nouns, and nouns can have different functions like subject, direct, object, and here you can understand gerunds very easily because of this ing. So to the base verb we are adding ing, and that is nothing but it is a gerund. Here you can see the example. I dislike working. All these red ones are the gerunds. See, you can see it is having ing. So work plus ing, hike plus ing, talk plus ing, talking, going, working, hiking. All these words are the examples of gerunds. Now we can move on to our next type of verb, that is regular and irregular verbs. I have explained to you about this regular and irregular verbs, transitive verbs, finite, infinite verbs in our class. That is one recorded video also I have sent related to all these verbs. But still you have doubts about regular verbs and irregular verbs. You can see here, children, in irregular verbs they have special past tense form and you are not adding any d or ed to that. Like drove, drive, can you see here drive changes to drove, speak, spoke. But what about the regular verbs? In the regular verbs what we are adding? We are adding this ed to the present tense. Can you see here in the present tense it is play, in the past tense changes to played. So you have added ed here. One example, the girls played a great game today. It is in the past tense. This sentence is a past tense. Go changes to went. To talk about what happened yesterday, we use the past tense. Now here the base form, the simple past and past participle, how we are changing this, you can see here with the 4 example, begin, began, begun. And what happens in the regular verb? In the regular verb you are adding ed. Here you can see to want has changed to wanted. Roll has changed to rolled. Ed you have added. And here irregular verb you have just given as began, and write changes to wrote. So this is the difference between regular verb and the irregular verb. Now we will move on to the tense. Now as I told you, you have to keep the notes ready which I have sent on Monday related to tense, and I have also explained to you what are verbs now. Not only that, in our online session on Monday I have written a few verbs, types of verbs on the board, and I have given two examples to you in the online class, and you have made a note of that in your classwork in the last page. Now you can keep the notes ready of your tenses which I have sent on Monday. You can see here what is tense. I told you tense is the time the action has taken place, and we know that there are 3 main tenses, that is past tense, present tense and future tense. I also told you that under these tenses we have got 12 types of tenses, that is the present tense is having 4 types, and past tense, future tense. So under present tense you can see present indefinite tense, past indefinite tense, future indefinite tense. The same way applies for all: present continuous tense, past continuous tense, future continuous tense. I have also sent you the reference link related to these tenses which you can go through in your class, previous class, and you will understand more better. If you have any doubts as we are listening to this audio, you can tick mark your doubts or you can write in a paper and you can ask in the online class. Now let us check out the examples, children. Here we have 12 tenses with examples. In our second class, we have learnt about types of sentences. I told you there are 4 kinds of sentences. In that I have taught you these 3 sentences, that is affirmative sentence, negative sentence and interrogative sentence. So what is interrogative sentence? A sentence which is having a question mark, that is a sentence with a question tag. So here you can see how the present simple tense can be changed into these 3 types of sentences, that is affirmative sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentence. What is negative sentence? You remember, children, I told you, which is having no or not. See here, I have a car. So when you're going to change this sentence to affirmative sentence, you have to write I don't have a car. And what is interrogative sentence? You have to change the same sentence and add a question tag. I don't have a car. In interrogative sentence, the sentence changes like this: do I have a car? So you can check all these examples which I have given here, that is in present continuous how you need to change, in the past simple, past perfect, future continuous. One sentence is given here and how I have changed, how the question tag has been added here, you can check to that. And now in the second image you can see that the simple present tense with the example I play basketball every day. The same sentence, when it comes to the present progressive, it is playing. I am playing basketball now. And when the same sentence in simple past, you are going to add ed. That's it. So, played basketball yesterday. Same sentence if you are changing in past progressive, how you are going to do it is was playing. So, you can see here all the examples of this sentence. Have a look at the future tense, children. So, I will play football. So, the action will take place in the future. And if it is in future, going to, the same sentence you have to write going to play basketball this afternoon. Okay, so these are the examples of your 12 tenses. Children, if you have any doubts further, we will discuss in our online session. Thank you for listening.